You never heard that story?
I did, but like
Lil Kim. So back in the days, Bad Boys record, Lil Kim sucked so much dick and they all came down her throat. She had to go to the hospital to get her stomach pumped because she had too much coming up. Like they was just letting off. I'm like nobody wanted to fuck. They just all come like.
Why don't you tell the good people who I'm talking to and what's a little bit about yourself?
You were talking to the 2-coin TV queen.
Oh, it's on wax now.
Coco Rochelle.
Pow, 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 pow.
Bow, bow, bow. Anyway, Courtney Rochelle, Coco Rochelle.
Oh, Coco. She's going back to Coco.
I'm going to Coco Rochelle.
I knew her when she was the artist formerly known as. I apologize.
And we're back. We're back with Coco Rochelle.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And what was your introduce the folks? We're off to a terrible start. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Susan.
I'm Coco Rochelle. I'm here. This is me. I am currently. Who am I? What am I?
Where are we? What's going on?
I'm chilling. I'm me. I just stopped. Well, I didn't stop bartending, but I am doing private events now.
Okay, that's
Hit me
what's
up.
up. That's
Hit
what's
me
up.
up.
How? Yo, plug.
Hit me up.
Yo,
Quartz
LinkedIn,
order bartending.
Facebook,
No LinkedIn.
Craigslist, Mark. Nope. I'm sorry, not that one. Anyway, my bad. But I mean, so basically, what we're here for is like we used to work together. Always love you. We're always in each other's lives forever. You're stuck. You know what the deal is.
100.
But I too am rocking a 2 coins chain as well.
Two coins?
2 coins, two sides. But what do you plan on doing? Like we're gonna be rolling out a couple things. You want to talk a couple of sections on what do you think you want to do for it and what you want your platform to be with your podcast?
So for me, I want to say the name, but I also want to.
Keep that your secret, bro.
I'm gonna keep it a secret.
Let them want some more, bro. Let them want some more.
It's a dope name.
Okay, duh.
No, I mean I mean when you hear it, you're gonna be like, okay.
Is it basically games? It's just so much.
It's honestly gonna remind everybody of me. If you know me,
okay.
like if you know, you know.
If you know. Cool.
If you know, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna remind everybody of me. It's gonna be the truth. It's gonna be blunt. It's gonna be real. I'm gonna say things that most people probably wouldn't say, especially women. Because we all know a woman's supposed to stay in her place. Not this one.
Rewind. Backtrack.
Not this one. So I'm going to say it. And my podcast is going to be based off of unconventional love. Unconventional. Unconditional. Horoscopes, life.
Okay. Okay. No, I don't want no problems.
You know, my weight loss journeys.
I love it.
Yeah. Just me. Everything you get with me. It's a show. Yeah.
It's a whole thing.
Yeah. Since I was 20, people have been telling me I need a radio show, a podcast, and I've been a little scared to do it, not thinking people would want to listen to me, but you get enough people to tell you that at 37, almost 38. I just do it.
You know how honest she is, folks? No hesitation. Name, age out there.
I'll drink to that.
Hey, salud.
Cheers.
Tink. Oh, man. So, speaking of relations, Miss Courtney, you've been around. You've seen the things. You've done the postcards, the T-shirts, and all that. Not around. Round is relative. I mean, like, let's face facts. I think that anybody that hasn't had a career breakup, a career loss, a career gain, like I really don't want to associate with those kinds of people because they're not well-rounded enough to, rock with the vibrations, like everybody's set up differently. But I mean, I think that at a certain age, you need those colossal wins and those colossal losses to kind of round off your personality, round off your being and understanding of the world, man,
Absolutely.
Like, is there anything that, like, we talk about, like, we always revisit the past and we always think about the things and we remember the biggest highlights of the negatives and the positives. Are there any, like, funny positives that you remember that, like, maybe it wasn't the greatest thing, man, but, like, I always remember this one story and, you can throw the rest of it out, but, like, I was just happy to have that one story at least.
I think my whole life is funny, honestly. And my life, my life is full of, again, if you know, you know.
Yeah.
My life is full of ups, downs, ups. I am the Rocky Mountains of ups and downs. But I'm always gonna make a joke. There's a meme that's like, what is it called? Like, I don't care how down I am, I'm gonna laugh about it. I'm gonna make a joke.
You have to.
That is me. Yeah, and I just think, you live and you learn, and if you don't make a joke out of it, you're not really learning.
Yeah.
So
sure.
I can't think of like off the top. I mean, I have so many stories.
We'll circle back around.
Yeah.
We both bartend. We both collectively done it for a lot of years.
Mm-hmm.
Like the dynamics of the bar, like, is it not the greatest, funniest thing watching people be awkward at a bar and seeing them do the first dates, the second dates, the hookups, I see it all the time, and I just kind of stay out of it because I don't have a play. I see it.
I get in it.
That's what I was about to say. Like, I see you tied up in it often. Like, as soon as the dude goes to the bathroom, you, oh girl, and you're over there with the Speak
we
to
can
that
talk about
bit.
the time that I played matchmaker with our producer. With the girl at the bar. The thing about me is I am. How can I put this? I am a lover girl, but I'm also a tomboy. I'm also a realist. And I also, like I said, think everything is funny. So for me, bartending has probably been the best of all of those worlds for myself personally, and just to watch.
Yeah.
Watching men come in and try to hit on women, watching women
Fellas,
come in.
Do better, fellas.
Please do better.
Please do better.
Oh my God.
And that's not even no cap, bro.
Call me.
I do better, bro.
Do better. And don't, fellas, let's talk about this real quick. Side note.
Please go.
Please stop getting so drunk. Like, I mean, have a few drinks, feel good, get your little ego up, like, hey, I'm about to holler at this girl. Do that. But when you just sloppy and slurring, and you just hitting on everything that walks, women watch that. So please stop it.
What do you think the 3 least favorable characteristics, the top 5 least favorable characteristics as you see? Like, I feel like you're in the pro position. So you get a lot of reps on that joint. Like, what do you think are like the least desirable thing that men do that you see in repetition?
I might be biased on this because this is the thing that I hate the most.
It's like a top 5.
When men are when they're you could just tell the thirst is real. They just drink it out of the cup. They see a girl and they're talking to her. Hey, I think you're cute. Can I get your number? They're trying to figure out if they're going to take her home, right? They're asking the right questions. They're getting close. They're touching her. They're trying to see if she's touching back, if she's getting with it. The girl, clearly, maybe she's too sober. She's not interested, whatever. Girl walks away. This man going to turn around and talk to the very next woman he sees.
2 seconds later.
Turn off. Because women watch that. So we see all the girls that you're talking to back to back to back to back to back. So
what you're saying is you guys are watching the room as they watch the room, but they're more directed one at a time while you guys watch the whole scene.
So let's say I do give you that's number 1.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say, but then we'll turn it around. Let's say I do give you my number.
Then you got
and then I walk away. Let's say I go to the bathroom. I come out of the bathroom and you're talking to another girl getting her number. So it's the same. It's just like, I believe, yes, date, yes, but to me, it's and I think to every woman, go for the quality, not the quantity.
Yeah. I think that it's a weird time where we want the quality because we've seen what happens with quality. It lasts, there's longevity to that. But then we're caught in between selecting a good mate, then we're looking at butt cheeks and titties on Instagram. And then on top of that work crush that they had, that used to be like a little solemn arrangement between, fun times. You catch the right one, you catch her on OnlyFans real quick. And now, what do we do with this? I feel like everybody's jambled up, man.
As somebody who loves to be half naked,
fair.
I'm gonna say that a woman's, and this isn't against what you said because I understand it.
Right, I'm not coming. If you ain't nobody love a nice girl in the woods living her best life naked. That's my jam. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying, it's confusing times, man.
Well, okay, so let's take summer, right? I'm just packing up my summer wardrobe right now.
Yes.
If I want to show a little cleavage, if I want to wear shorts, I'm somebody who I'm very comfortable with my body, so I'm somebody who likes to show my body.
Fair.
It's not to, and I love that we're talking about this.
Yeah.
It's not to attract men because my body's my body, and you're gonna see these things whether I have on a turtleneck,
Fact.
whether I have on.
She almost died in that turtleneck too. I saw it once, and it was.
I actually have a funny story with my best friend. A couple years back, we had a bet that I wouldn't go out in just a regular t-shirt. So we went to Myth, and I had on like this big red t-shirt, some slacks. Like I was dressed like probably like a 67-year-old woman.
You look like a construction worker that had like a good, like a good AAA program. You know what I'm saying? Like really solid.
But I went out like that for a whole weekend, 3 different places.
I remember that weekend.
And you still get hit on. It doesn't matter. And so as a woman, for myself, I'm gonna wear what I'm most comfortable in. I'm okay with my body. So it has nothing to do with attracting men, and men have to get out of the mindset that I'm trying to attract you because I'm dressed this way. So, and I think that's an important key to remember. Now, the OnlyFans, maybe a girl just wants to make a little money.
But see, okay, so this is the thing, man. Like, everyone has a different level of respect for people that move in different ways. Not, I've been around a lot of different markets. I've worked strip clubs. I've worked all kinds of after hours. I work, Publix. I've seen stuff. Everybody lives their own life. Everybody has stuff that they tell their friends, and everybody has that they don't tell nobody. But all I'm saying is that, like, how do you expect to be an OnlyFans monetizing what you have, limited time offer? However, it does live forever. It is immortal as far as the decision goes, as far as like a public decision that everyone knows, not just in your region. You're putting it out in a public space. So you can't say that that's not fair, but it's public knowledge. It is fair. Okay. But how do you go about juxtaposing that against a normal relationship and not being jaded that some of these guys aren't really going to rock with that?
Can I be real?
Absolutely.
Because I'm going to just say it.
Yeah.
So you can say that, and I love that. Can't turn a hoe into a housewife. No. And I'm not saying you're saying that. I'm just giving. I'm throwing it out there. Can't turn a hoe into a housewife. If you have OnlyFans, if you have this, if you're dressed this way, why should I do this? But y'all pick a good, decent girl who's none of that, and wife her, girlfriend her, and then have a side bitch or another bitch, 2 side bitches, 2 whatever, and they'll be dressed like that. They'll have the OnlyFans. They'll be the sexy sex symbols, the sexy Reds, the Megans, the Meg the Stallions, and all that. And you go out holding hands with them, and you love them, and your good girl's at home alone. So if y'all like the good girl, stay at home with your good girl.
Well, I mean, I think that's more of like a level of maturity in relationships. Like if you are insecure, you're insecure. And I think that's like if you're gonna bring that out, it's not even that. Let me rephrase that. Everyone's going to do their own thing. And I think that it's more along the lines of the grass is going to be green where it's watered at. And if you don't water it in the right place, you think you got to do everything like that. You're outgrowing exotic plants and stuff for no reason and showing them off when it doesn't matter. Like if you don't water them, they're going to be the same. Oh, daddy, where's my stuff at? I ain't seen you in so long. So it doesn't matter which side it's on. You're just giving the wrong energy.
So what if you met somewhere in the middle? What if there's not a... So if you ask, I have a lot of male friends. I know a lot of men. I like to be around men. I'm a tomboy, like I said.
Yeah. We kick it.
So if you ask a lot of men, they're like, I want my woman to dress modestly. I want her to be this kind of woman. I want her to be at home cooking. I don't want her to go out all the time or to want to be out all the time and to, select things that a man wants in a woman that he's about to date,
stereotypically.
Right? But then you go get a side hoe or a side bitch or a side piece, whatever nice word you want to dress it up as. And like I said, she has the OnlyFans. She's very sexy. You go out with her and she's the one who has all the men looking at her, hitting on her, but she only wants you. So now your heart's like, oh, I think men say like, I want a bad bitch who only wants me. Like, so men could go out and hit on her or whatever, but she's yours. She's selective. She ain't been passed around. That's like a man's honor, right? So there has to be something in the middle. There has to be...
There always is a middle, for sure.
You know what I mean? Like,
but I think that's the 20... First of all, let's just... And me and Courtney be talking all this wild stuff all the time. Let's preface this by saying, out of this grand conversation, we're talking about 20% of the cross-section of men. Because every man ain't out there with some side hoes. Everybody ain't out there doing the most. Yeah. Like, most dudes are hella loyal. You know what I'm saying? On average. But there is a solid 30% of the cross-section that we see on a regular basis that we pretend like when their wife's around that the girlfriend's not there or the mistress hasn't been there. I 1,000% understand the overreach. Yeah. For sure. I don't know. I just feel like it's just, let's talk about that 30% then.
Of the good ones?
Of the bad ones. Because, I mean, the good ones are the good ones. We got a solid 70% of good dudes out there.
You said 70?
70. I'll put 70 up on the board.
70?
70% on the board. For sure, for sure.
Okay, give me the age range of that 70.
Okay, let's talk age, please. First of all, like I've been in the dark places. I know what the dudes look like. You know what I'm saying? Like I know what the bad guys look like. I know what the bad guys do and don't do, and I know how they carry their business. Mm-hmm. You know. But I think on average, the reason why I say 70 is because most dudes are stupid and they don't know how to carry their business without getting caught. So instead of not getting caught, they'd rather just bow out. And they'll talk shit about it. They'll be like, oh yeah, blah, blah, blah. I would have done this. You know what I'm saying? If I had that chance, that's why most dudes sound like that, because they're bad game planners.
Y'all the worst liars in the world.
Horrible liars. Ooh. And only 30% of dudes are have that perfect combination of wanting to live that lifestyle and being able to live that lifestyle.
Facts.
So I mean, most of that. So by default, either they got close to getting caught, or they're just they finally realized that, you know what, maybe I'm not as smart as I think, and maybe I do have a good thing I should stay with, and I just rock with what I rock with. So I mean,
the other question is, and if you don't think you have a good thing, why not just leave it? And this is my personal experience.
You really want to ask that question?
My personal experience, and I'm going to say this, and shout out to my ex. When I felt like I was gonna cheat, I left, because I don't want to do that to somebody, because and I'm not saying if you're a cheater, everybody has the reasons why they do something, right? But for me, I was not going to hurt somebody like that. I wasn't going to be that person. You'll never label me as a cheater, so I left. Now I was probably maybe wrong for that too, or whatever, but that's what I did.
Everything's just a decision, no good or bad.
Yeah.
But I think the thing of that is that it's your age range too. I feel like you're the in between of that old school kind of mentality, or sliding out of that to the OF fan. I think there's a sliding scale where that happens. And like I said, get your money, boo. Get your bag, whatever hippie, whatever new age shit you want to say. I'm with it. I'm a hustler too.
Yeah.
But there's dirty hustling just like there's clean hustling.
Yep.
And all I'm saying is that this stuff lives forever. So don't be mad if it comes back up, because it's decisions that you have to think about. And
I agree with that too. And I also want to put out there that OnlyFans, there's so many things. You could be showing your toes, pouring whipped cream on them, So that's your OnlyFans.
My new question is, because this is a real thing that's starting to happen in bar culture more often, at least from the male bartender standpoint.
Yeah.
Yes, we flirt too, like girls do, to get money. Sorry, but you'll be chatting a girl up and just trying to be cordial, trying to do all this stuff. And the Instagram trying to come up, and then every now and again it'll be an Instagram with a wink, or an Instagram with a hey, check this out, and you're like, oh, there's an OF attached to this. So what I say is, because there's so many different things, I say cool as a cucumber, and they say, oh, you have OF? I'm like, oh, what kind of content do you shoot? That's not me assuming that they do the craziest thing, because like you said, they could just be, taking them foot pictures, getting, or they could be doing simple stuff, wearing lingerie or walking. There's so many different levels. There's stuff that people there's ASMR. It's like sexual ASMR, and they just do sounds. So I mean, there's different levels to this stuff. So if you're gonna be open,
and ladies, can we stop? Can we stop that too? I'm gonna just say that too.
Get them.
I mean, if a man's trying to talk to you. I mean, can we bring back some old school things? Be a lady. There's a time and a place for everything. There is a time for your OnlyFans. There is an audience for your OnlyFans. If a man comes up to you and is genuinely trying to get to know you and is interested, please don't give him your OnlyFans, because then they start to think that the rest of us are on that hype too. And I love a bitch getting her money. Get your coins.
That's what I'm saying, bro. We're bartenders, bro. This is a bartender-approved podcast. This is a hustler-approved podcast, bro.
All day.
Get that joint. But
I just think we need to bring back grown-ass women and grown-ass men, and we need to... there's certain things a man should do. There's certain things a woman should do. Somebody's going to hate me for saying that. But I just feel like, as a woman, we need to start appreciating. We want men to act a certain way, right? We need to appreciate them when they do. So if a man is genuine and comes up to you, giving him your OnlyFans for a profit, going out with the man for money and you have no interest in him and you just want a free meal, stop that. Because a bitch like me just wants to go eat tacos and have a beer, and now he don't want to ask me out because you didn't ask for
money. Straight up asking for money. How about this? I'll do you one better. This is the one I hear. This is the most frequented phrase nowadays. there's an association with being gentlemanly and being financially philanthropic, if you will. So now dudes are only gentlemen when they're paying for drinks. Now, mind you, this is an interesting dynamic because I've heard this play out in a lot of different scenarios, but that's the general, the
Does that
course
mean he
of
has
it
to
all.
buy all your girls a drink too? Because I hate that too.
Oh yeah.
That's wild.
That's a real gentleman.
That is wild.
A real gentleman
has to
buys
spend all
around
his money.
the squad. So that's what I'm saying. Like, so there's these new ideals of what's appropriate as far as the dance goes, the courting, all the stuff.
I hate it.
I hate it too because they try to use old ideals that are outdated nowadays to justify their actions of being financially driven.
And let me say, there is a difference, right? So if you and your girl go out one night and it's just you and your girl, one other girl, and you meet a man and he wants to buy you two a shot, that is one thing. When you are out with 7 girls having girls' night, that man does not owe 7 women a shot. That is wild.
But this is the thing. So let's play this out, though. Let's say this dude, me and you're talking, you're out with 5 other girls. And I literally saw this play out 2.5 months ago, where she turned around, she said, "Oh, you're not going to get anything for the rest of my girls?" Homie did. He bought a round for the whole squad. And he was trying to buy tequila. They upcharged him. They're like, "Oh, we drink Reposado." So not only did he buy for the whole squad, he upcharged for the whole squad too. Whole squad ate, paid his tab. It's cool, 85? 120.96, depending on where you're going. Reposado, right? Did that. Tink, tink, tink. Everybody. 1, 2, 3, Houdini. All the girls scattered like there was lights and roaches came on.
That's why you don't do it, man.
But this is the thing, though. So now we're gentlemen if we pay for you and the squad, but where's the female part of that? You leave?
Well, I got a ha-ha for those females,
You know
too.
what I'm saying? Like,
and I'm just going to say it.
That's
ladies, here's a little secret for y'all. When there's 7 of y'all out and the man comes up to the bar to get y'all shots and you told him Casamigos Reposado, he be getting y'all well.
Oh, that's
just
facts.
So ha-ha's on you.
Yeah, that is big
because
facts.
he gets y'all well. And you think you're drinking something, and then so that Houdini act becomes a joke on y'all because you're going to have a hangover the next day.
Yeah.
But it's wild, but I don't even get mad at men for it. Like,
but you got to do something. But like, you're gonna get picked apart regardless how you play the game. It seems like as long as you're playing with the losing team, it seems like.
Okay, but again, as a man, do you want that woman who just scammed you for 7 shots for her friend?
Not. Absolutely not. That's actually like, I don't know if ladies taking notes or anything. Number 1 red flag: if you really want a good man like you say you do, the last thing you do is tax a man unnecessarily for his resources when all he's trying to do is be nice.
100.
Come
absolutely.
on, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, that just, come on. I don't even got to go anymore.
And
Uncle Don PSA. Good.
And I second that because I believe in it. When a man's being nice, let a man be nice. He does not owe your girlfriends anything. But we're putting it back on men and women here.
Mm-hmm. Oh, fair.
A woman, if a man's offering to buy you a drink, appreciate it because he does not have to, and he's not broke because he does not offer to buy 7 of your friends. He just doesn't have to. He's not working to provide for you and your 7 friends.
Conversely, too, that does not entitle you to her entire night at all. That does not buy time. That buys you an opportunity to impress her and continue what's happening. That doesn't buy anything. So
and if it doesn't impress her, move on. Because we gotta, and I feel this way for men and women. Stop buying each other. Why are we keep topping ourselves trying to buy somebody's affections and love and care? Like, if you are not a decent human being who just, if I look at you and I say, I'm not attracted to you, you're not my type, maybe we could be friends. Maybe there's something that you can offer me that a friendship where like you have something, I have something that we can gain from each other. And if it's not that, part ways. I don't need to take from you because I'm not interested in you.
I want to go back to like just developing. Like, you know how you used to develop, you're like, oh, me and you're cool. And then the next step of that was like, oh, maybe we should see if you want to go further. But you actually going from a friend base. I know it sounds corny and it's not super unconventional, but like, why do you think so much stuff falls apart?
I believe in friends first. So you're talking to the right one.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I believe in it.
Because like, I mean, granted, like it just has to come from a place of that because that's the way we move. At least you have one. I saw something the other day. They were talking about the 3 C's. 3 C's are compatibility, chemistry, and connection. Mm-hmm. And the funny thing about those things is that they can come in all the different forms. You can have multiples of them, But I feel like unless you have all three, I don't think it's going to work. And, you know, life happens. You know, you're always throwing curveballs. But I think, honestly, you need all three to have a chance. I think if you have two or three, you're going to be happy for a while, but I think something's going to fall apart eventually.
And I think the friendship thing too, if you can become somebody's friend, a lot of people are scared. I think a lot of people are rushing now. You see these people who are in a relationship and they've known each other for 2 weeks and they're in love and and it's like, get to know each other, get to know the good and the bad and see if you want to be with that person through it all. And I think people are scared though to be friends first because they're scared of that friend zone word.
Well, I mean, and I think this is, I think we're living in the time of the recoil, the course correction. I think for a long time, like men were really hard to approach women because they were rejecting men just for the sake of rejection. To say, "Hey, girl, you see what I did? I don't got no time for that." Or they thought, boy, we didn't understand necessarily all the rules. But like some of those rejections weren't rejections; they were try harders. You know, but now I think that everyone has more self-worth. Everybody's just taking things better, shooting more shots, and everybody's more realistic. So I think that now, in wake of that, now it's a little bit different playing field where, ironically, I feel like a lot of these girls are getting a little bit like parched out in these streets.
You have never lied.
I've like conversely, like we were talking about earlier, like I've seen girls like bounce and it's like I feel like it's more socially acceptable or they're more accepted because we're so used to playing that bad game that when they do it to us, we're like, oh yeah, sure, I saw you with those three other dudes. I would go, come on over, girl. And it just looks so bad.
I don't like thirst on any sex. I'm not gonna lie.
I've
seen them hit on y'all, and I'd be like, "Girl, like it's one thing. I believe in a woman shooting her shot. I believe if you think a man is attractive, so there's a difference between shooting your shot, being classy about it, putting yourself in front of a man, finding a man attractive, and putting yourself in a place to where you can see if he finds you attractive too.
See if he be seen.
To see, you can smile at him, look at him a couple times, let him know you're interested. So you can even go up to him and talk to him, say hello. I believe in all that. I even believe in doing something crazy. I know all the women are gonna be like, you could even buy a man a drink if you find him attractive. I believe in that. I believe in it. I believe in it. Yeah, it's crazy. It is crazy to make a man feel wanted too. Wild, right?
Well, I mean, I think, like I said, man, I think that's hopefully where the reciprocity piece goes to. Yeah. Because, like, no one, like, dudes are, like, suffering in silence.
Yeah.
And we've been suffering in silence for a very, very long time. And I think that now we're getting to the phase of life where it's like everybody's on this, you know, therapy stuff because we all went through COVID. Yeah. And we're all fucked up. Oh, like facts. So deep down rooted, like fucked up.
Emotionally too. Like just
to the core, bro. Yeah. Like I've never seen more 300-pound black dudes talk about something. Yeah, man, I was in therapy unraveling my levels. Bro, I'm like, bro, I love that though. But it's so good because it's so necessary. Yeah. You know, the mental health is super important. But like, so now nobody cares. But like, it still leaves us in a place of like, we're kind of caught in the middle still kind of.
But I talk about that a lot too. If you follow me on Instagram, you know I talk a lot about men's health and men's wellness and men being the reciprocation and the love of men. Like I feel like men are, and I'm not to say y'all ain't fuck boys and dogs sometimes, but like I said, not all of y'all. Right. But no matter what, and that could also be a result of how you're treated and cared for.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, that's like the nurture piece. I believe in treating a man like a king, and that doesn't mean that you're just constantly buying. It means the treatment, how you speak to him, how you give life, how you put life into your man or a man, a friend even. Like, and I believe that, like you said, men are beaten down. So I believe that women should uplift you guys. And the things that you have to hold in and you're not able to say and do is wild and crazy to me. So back to when I was saying that women, the thirsty part of it, you can make a man feel good. Buy him a shot. Tell him, hey, handsome. Hey, love. Like, hey, king. Do that for a man. But you don't have to rub on him, touch on him, and then just get nasty. Like, y'all be wild in these streets.
Yeah, man. I don't think they know. I think it's an uncomfortable place to be in to have to flirt for the first time. When you have to dance for your dinner, it's really humbling. And I think that's the position that some women are in right now. And I think that it's, you know, it's interesting. Not like I don't feel any kind of way. I love women, man. It's just an interesting social experiment to watch play out right now. It's like It's like a game of asshole. You know, the one whoever's dealing the cards in the beginning of the game is winning, and then all of a sudden he's the lowest on the totem pole.
Yeah.
It just winds up being that kind of deal, you know. But it's hopeful, but I don't know, man. Like the monetization piece is just interesting to me.
I think we should all speak each other up. I feel like if men and women, just on a friendship, everybody has got to stop thinking that everybody's hitting on them. Everybody's this, everybody's
That's
that.
fast. Somebody can just be nice.
Some people, you know, I've called you a king.
Yeah.
I've called, if you're a man in my life, I probably called you king. That's not me hitting on you. That's me wanting you to know that you're appreciated and loved by me.
It's uplifting.
Especially my black men. Shout out.
She's a big fan.
I love me some black men. Okay, chocolate. Anyway.
But I mean, I think that's the thing, man. I think that everybody should be, I mean, I don't know. Like we run from the hippie clan anyway, at least energetically. And I think that if you're not alley-ooping people, then what's the point? You're just a miserable son of a bitch. Just be nice, bro.
Yes.
Like
it doesn't matter if you think if you want the girl to go on a date with you, just hey sis, call her, like, you know, hey
Something
sis, how you
positive.
doing? Hey, you don't have to ignore somebody because they're not your type. You don't have to treat them a certain way because they're not your type. No. And I feel like if we uplifted each other more on that level, men and women would be a lot more comfortable with approaching another level. Also, rejection. If a woman or a man rejects you, take it.
Take the L. Take the L.
She don't have to be a bitch, an ugly hoe.
Why? Why so fast?
That fat. you know.
Why so fast? The transition, man. I remember I was working on the patio with you, and this dude was all over you. He was about him some Courtney, bro. He was Coco'd up and everything. And then next thing I know, I think you hit him with it was a transition in the night. So like it moved from being moderately busy to like really busy. And we volume, so we had to get down.
Got to push you to the side.
So you started slaying. You're like, hey, I think you said something to the fact like, hey, boo, like I know you know we were talking earlier, but it's getting kind of busy, so I have to do my job. The side eyes and the nasty daggers that were getting thrown. I think he called you a black bitch.
Yeah.
I was like, you don't got no mama?
I've been called a lot of bitches, fat bitches, black bitches, stupid bitches, and I'm like, I'll be all those bitches. I don't mind. But just because I said no, like, why you didn't come up to me and be like, hey, fat bitch, what's your number? Like, why we didn't, like, why we skipped to that part after I said no? Yo, you should have approached me like that.
That you escalate so fast.
I just want to know.
Yeah.
Why you didn't hit me with that before? You black bitch, let me get your number. Like, why didn't we start with that? Why was I that after?
I'm sorry.
Everybody gets rejected, people. Everybody
Everybody
ain't for everybody.
And just take it, bro.
Just take it.
Dude, we're at work. I love, and even
if we're not at work.
Especially when we're not at work. If you know me from work and you see me not at work, please, bro, I'm a regular person.
Leave me alone.
I'm a regular person. Like, let's just talk, or let's talk about real stuff instead of my job. That's all I ask.
And I'm going to say everybody's brother. I'm really the nicest person. Like,
you are. You're a sweetheart.
Especially when we go out. I love to drink with people. I love to talk to people. But, like, I'm also somebody who likes to be with my friends. So it's like, it can't, like, I'll talk to you if I can talk to you. But if I can't talk to you and I'm with people, like, I just don't have to be all that. I've been a lot of bitches in the last 3 years.
But then if we say that joint, it turns out, oh, why you gotta be so nasty for? I'm like, bro.
No,
like,
I just want to be with my friends. I just want to hang out.
We don't, like, you know me from my job, bro. Like
what if I went to your job?
You got to clock in at, excuse me, Steve, are you working at Apple?
You want to talk to me? Like,
yeah.
People got to think. Some things are a job. Things like bartenders are normal. Like, we know when you're also doing the other stuff. Like, what is it? Like, okay, I got a question for you.
Okay.
What's the number one thing that you hate when people do to you while you were bartending?
While I'm bartending?
Yeah.
Try to introduce themselves, start a conversation, or slide into the rotation while I'm trying to work.
Yeah.
I think and the thing is, like, every bartender has a different process. Every bartender has a different bandwidth. So what they're capable of, like Ronnie can take 4 orders at a time, remember all of them, and then he reaches his max out. Yeah. And don't let there be a pretty girl in front of him. He do it work, son.
Yeah.
Take 6, son. You know what I'm saying?
The egg whites.
You know?
With the egg whites. Get that foam going. With the flour on top. You're going to impress somebody today. That's why I like men. I'm going to give you a Jack of Coke and a smile and send you on your way. Maybe a little cleave.
Yo, but like, I don't even know what I'm talking about. I'm saying,
you said your bandwidth.
They have different bandwidths, man. So like, don't assume what we need you to do. All we need you to do is respond when we ask for it. Like we're gonna signal you. We're gonna guide you on this journey. We want to help you out. This is our job. We enjoy this. That's why we're working this counterculture, this opposite side of the clock, the third shift.
Because the money's not always there. Just so everybody knows,
the money is not what you think it
is. There.
There.
So we're really doing it because for the joy of making drinks, liking people wanting to talk, being the social aspect of it. Yeah.
And on top of that too, like even if the money is there, people, like we have to deal with a lot for a very long period of time. My average shift is at least 8 to 10 hours on average. It usually goes between, honestly, 11 to 14 hours sometimes. You know, it depends on what's going on. And you have people that are there that are beat up, worked all day. They want to give themselves to you, give you the best service. Just take it easy. Just think about this person in front of you. Might have just worked 2 doubles with a closing shift behind it. And they're just trying to make money to take care of this stuff, man.
And there's a PSA for that too.
For real,
what he
bro.
just said, and then you have to think about probably 200 people staring at you, asking for things, names. When you're in the middle of making 17 drinks, somebody want to say, "Hey, do you remember me?"
Come on, bro.
Hey, baby, we see hundreds of people every week. We're talking about Thursday, Friday. Let's talk about busy Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sundays, right?
Pre-COVID, we literally did the numbers. On a Saturday, pre-COVID, we'd see over 1,000 people a day.
Right.
1,000 people that day. 800 people on a Sunday when we were cranking. At least a cool 700 people. We talk about 2,500 people in the course of 3 days.
And you're asking, do I remember you? And here's the thing. It's totally okay. Do you remember me? I'm so-and-so's friend.
I'm so sorry.
Now, when I say no, the eye roll and the meanness that comes out, like she's stuck up. No, I'm not stuck up. I just saw hundreds of people and talked to hundreds of people. And San Jose is Biggie Smalls. So you know one person, you know them all, and that they're all going to know that name because if you say you're going to one place, ask for this person. So, hey, do you know so-and-so and so-and-so and so-and-so? Yeah. I probably do, but baby, I'm making a Paloma. And a mojito. And I'm also staring at the man over there.
And the man in the corner, always.
The man in the corner.
Dude, like, how do dudes pull up on you, Courtney? Because I see the joint all the time, and we work just far enough away for me to get the gist. I feel like I'm like an old black lady walking in on a show too late, and so I got to figure out the plot line real fast. You know what I'm saying? So there I be, right? You ready for this? There I be. I'm like, all of a sudden, I'm just, shaking, doing my thing, and I just see it. And then it's just like a whole, what are the pull-up moves to distract a female bartender in order to get a conversation? Not trying to put these dudes on game, but like the ridiculous things that you heard.
Ridiculous.
Or the things that actually worked.
Worked. The work for me, this is only for me. Please don't do this with any other female bartender. I like them blunt and a little aggressive.
Jesus Christ.
A little blunt and a little aggressive.
That's a Courtney.
Because, I don't like the sidebar stuff. Like, look, I like your nails is cool, whatever. But they'll find something really little. And I know you men are told to do that, right? You find something very small on a female. And you also tell me you like my shirt, but really I got my titties out. So you like my titties. And I'm cool. It's cool. It's good. I don't want to have to think about it. Like, I don't want you to walk around and then I'm thinking, like, did he just hit on me? Like one time I had the handheld and I gave it to the dude to pay and it says, type your phone number in to get your receipt. And he typed his phone number in and he slid it back to me and he was like, call me. And I thought, look, I'm someone for funny. I was kind of amusing. I think I told you about it.
I think you may have. But
it was amusing to me.
You didn't take a screenshot of the tablet and then go
No,
back to
I did not. But then because you men are double hitters, he came back to the bar and asked me if I wrote the number down.
Ooh.
And I said, oh, I don't know. I think I got busy. So he was like, okay, well, let me get yours. And I said, you know what? I'll give a man my number. I have no problem with that because I'll ignore you. I I have no problem with that. Anybody can get my number. I'll give it to you. I'm not one of those, and I know some man's out there thinking this fast bitch. Like she just give her number to anybody. I sure will because I'll ignore you. Me, you just see my text messages, okay? I got probably 137 right now. I just have no problems with ignoring people. So I'll give you my number because what we talked about before, the aggressiveness when you reject somebody can sometimes, and now you know where I work, you know where I am.
Right.
I'll give you my number. The chances of us actually linking is you got to come correct. You got to make me laugh. If you can make me laugh.
And like, let's keep it real, man. You want to keep it real, Trill. If you go to a regular joint, a nice craft place, say they end at 10, 11, right? They probably get home 11, 12, 12:30. Whenever you're hitting on, just pro tip, guys, whenever you're hitting on these bartenders, these female bartenders, male bartender, whatever you're into, if they get off, the bar closes at 2, we're not getting home till 2:30, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, guys. We got to clean, we got to do all the stuff. So plan appropriately, man.
And then they don't like that either because it's like, oh, when can I see you? Well, you probably can't because I'm working and I'm going to get home at 3, 4. I'm going to be tired. I'm going to want to go to sleep. The other part of that is, men, your egos, right? So I know a lot of men. I know a lot of men. And it's not anything sexual. It's not. I love
it's just
men.
who you rock with. I resonate more. I resonate a lot with women.
Yeah, I love men because you guys are simple.
Yeah.
You guys like to look at bitches, talk shit, drink.
Facts.
You guys talk about some other stuff I don't care about, sports, cars, all that stuff. Yeah, but you guys are easy. You're simple. Yeah. There's no drama. If there is, you guys fight and then it's left alone, right?
Yeah.
So that's who I tend to know.
Some friends I've gotten fights with. Shout out Angel.
But I mean, it's just so simple. So for me, it's like when you are a bartender and you know a lot of men and you're getting home at 4 a.m., what's another man gonna assume? When a man comes, a bar is an open place. So if I'm talking to a guy for a couple weeks, he comes to the bar, he sees me talk or hug 5, 6, 7 dudes in a night. Now he's thinking, are you talking to one of these other men? There's that jealousy piece in that, and it's just like, nah, man, like I just gave him a hug. I know people. Yeah. I be knowing them.
Yeah, I think that it's. I've seen the push pull of it all. I've seen the
struggle.
It all. Well, I've been blessed to work around a lot of good looking bartenders, and I've seen the interaction points with some of the guests and with some of my coworkers. And it's crazy to see like how everything's negotiated sometimes too. It's like if you can say you have to stay cool. If you don't stay cool, then like it all falls apart also too. So it's always been an interesting, fun game to see play out. And for real, not just what you think plays out.
Oh yeah. It's remember that one time, shout out to him. I'm not gonna say his name. But it was
yes.
It was the bartender and the fat bitch, and it came. We were at closing time. It was closing. We did last call, and this girl walked up to one of the bartenders, an attractive bartender who has a particular type.
Very particular type.
And he would not serve her because we were closed. And she came out and was yelling, and all her friends. He said he wouldn't serve me because I'm fat and I'm a fat bitch. And I'm like, come on, bruh. Like he was just trying to close. We're trying to do what we have to do and get home. Like, but it can turn so quickly if you don't take your time with people.
It's so like it's hard though because like I really have a real affinity for people, and people don't really get that. And I think a lot of bartenders do like. We really enjoy people, serving people, all that stuff. But anything, facts. You've also seen me do the most, like the real most, But there's such a fine line in just be cool and everything else stay cool. Like there's such an escalation or such a the ego is so fired up in those places that it's hard to get through all of it.
Yeah.
So it's just like if you guys were a little bit more patient, then I think you get a lot more in return too.
Well, I think the other thing about that too is you guys really do make or break some of our moods. Like, yeah, we have life, but we all know like when we go to bartend, our attitude and our overall how we contribute to the drinks, the customers and all that is going to make or break our tips, right? So we genuinely go in there to have a good night, and you guys could ruin our moods so quickly. And it's because we came in there to have a good time, and it'll just turn because you feel like somebody underpoured you. And it's just a regular shot, or you feel like we should have spent a little bit more time talking to you and we didn't. You know, it's just so simple. And we go in there to have a good time, and it could just be ruined.
Yeah,
that quickly.
It's we want to have as good a time as you. We're living in a good time, so it's kind of hard to meter it. So I mean, we want to be part of it too. We want to be able to keep our attitude consistent through the whole service, have good moments, and deliver those good moments to the customers. You know,
live vicariously through the customers.
You know, we're stagehands. You know what I'm saying? At best.
That's why I hook people up. I hook people up at the bar. That's why I do that.
You do? You be
like, you go, girl. You
hooked them up with gratitude and salutations of words.
Yeah.
You're like, hey, you doing your thing.
I tell people, if women come in there like, where the men at? I'm like, come back at 11:45, honey. And I tell them, or if they say, where's this kind of man? Or if I see two people kind of soft playing around each other, I'm like, let's get to the punchline. I'm about that life. Like, I love the fun of it. I love when people meet. I love when people like each other. I've hooked people up at the bar, and they, if I remember correctly, I'm gonna go look on Instagram in a little bit. I think they're still together.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah.
Well, I remember maybe they're not married anymore. But I thought you hooked somebody else and they got married. And I was like, yeah. And I think they got divorced like last summer. Oh, okay. My
bad. Look, I can hook people up. I can't keep y'all together.
That is the truth. Amen.
And I've helped a lot of relationships. We'll talk about that on my podcast. But I've helped a lot of relationships.
So when you're saying you've helped a lot of relationships and you have lived a lot of different hats, a lot of different lives, do you think that because people are less willing to look outside the box as far as alternative lifestyles, as far as different things like that, polyamory, open relationships, do you think that's kind of like the decline of success in relationships as far as not finding your niche, if you will?
I think people are unwilling to look at the person they're with through the lenses of somebody else. So when I say that I've helped people in their relationships, I mean, if I'm a third party in your relationship, let's say I have a male best friend and a female best friend, and they're together, and he's like, she does this and this and this, and she's like, he does this and this and this, and I'm the person in the middle. I'm like, well, y'all both do this, this, and this.
Facts.
And you're not listening. You're not here. This person wants this, and you're not giving it to them because most people are only thinking about what they want in a relationship.
Yeah, that's fair.
And they can hear you as much as possible saying whatever you're saying, but they're really only thinking about what they want. And that's the problem, I think. And as far as like other people and side, you guys aren't going to believe this, but I'm just going to say it. I believe in a side bitch. Here's my thing.
Hot take.
We're going to talk more about this on my podcast, but I believe in I'm not going to say a side bitch. I believe in polygamy. No. It's not.
She doesn't take it back.
No. It's not. I would never take it back. No, it's I don't believe in a side bitch because I think a side bitch is hidden on the side where she's supposed to play this part and it's sneaking around. I don't believe in lying. I don't believe in any of that. I believe in polygamy. I believe that maybe a third party to a relationship can actually help and not hurt. Because I believe that there's a weight lifted to some extent when there's a third party. And I don't believe it for everybody. I believe that if that's something you're looking for and open to and not jealous, there's so many things that play into that.
I think honestly, I think in the grand hierarchy of, times that I've have been single and all that stuff, as I grow up, you think you're like, dude, I just want to be left alone. If I could just have this setup and that thing, and it'd be ideal. But I think people really need to think out all
it's not for everybody.
The polyamory. I thought about that at one point, and I was like, dude, I think it would just break my heart because I'd fall in love with so many people, and I wouldn't know what to do with myself. And then it would just get too real because then you just react like Will Smith and shit. Just run around slapping motherfuckers for no reason and you did nothing wrong.
But I also think there's a difference between open and a third party or whatever you might want to call it.
There's levels.
And I believe in it. I follow this page on Facebook and Instagram, I think. And it's a couple different people, men with two wives or whatever. And let's say one woman goes to pick up the kids, the other one's at home cooking. They both get date nights on separate nights, and then they all go out together. There's just so many parts that could create peace and space Because I also believe that when you're in a relationship, you have to have your separate time. You have to have your you time. You have to have the things that make you happy, and you have to miss somebody.
Yeah.
You know?
That's super important.
Right.
Because, like, yeah. And I think it's more important for other people. It's definitely a spectrum. Yeah. But, like, you can't be up underneath.
You can't, because you'll just...
There's nothing left to talk about.
I mean, for me, I been there, done that, and I hated it. And maybe that's also because it wasn't with the right person. That's fair. Because like I said, I have to have my best friend, and that person was not my best friend, unfortunately. Fair. We didn't have a lot in common, and I felt stifled. And I'm a Gemini, so we got to be able to breathe.
Both sides. Okay. Of the coin.
I was meant to be here. But yeah, I have to be able to breathe. I have to be able to feel. I have to be with somebody who knows I'm not going out here if I want to go out with my friends, I want to go dance and be social. It's not to cheat on you. It's not to, But
like you said, like you are a Gemini. Yeah. Like, do you think that's going to be more of like a air sign characteristic, or do you think that's more you being like a generalized free spirit, or do you think that's the way that everybody should be moving?
I don't think everybody should do anything, because I think everybody has to play the part that's going to make them the happiest. Some people they love being clingy and caught up in somebody and all up under somebody's armpit. Some people love that. And if that's for you and you can find somebody who wants you to be under their armpit and not get sick of you, then go for it. Right. I need somebody, because I'm like clingy free.
Yeah.
I want to be all up on you, and I want us to have our time, and I want us to have some sex. Yeah. And I want us to eat together. I want us to love each other, and then I want you to go out with your boys, and I want to go out with my girls. Mm. And I don't need us to talk to each other the whole time we're doing that either.
Facts.
And then we can come back together, and I miss you, you miss me. Let's have some cigs again.
I think that's air sign shit, bro.
Is it?
I think so, bro.
You're a Libra.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel what you're saying. And like, I feel like, I want somebody to, fly with me. If they can't fly with me, I understand. It's no hard feelings. You
want to fly with you all the time?
No, absolutely not. Like, no. Right. But it's like, and I think that's the hardest thing to like really like digest, is that in no way means that changes your value, that downgrades you in my life as far as status goes, anything of the sort. Like, I just don't have bandwidth, bro. Like, I was born with a lot of things. I was born with grace, style, thank you, humility.
Okay.
But real rap, like, I haven't really been blessed with a lot of like patience as far as like for humanity at sometimes. I love humanity.
An animal or a kid.
And I love people. I love people from a distance, but like, I feel like people, especially at this age, there's a lot of people that take, and there's not a lot of that give.
And it's draining.
And it's draining, man. And it's draining negotiating takers that pretend to be givers. And that's the most fun part of it all, is that I keep the grass cut low. And I see all the snakes coming. I've been trained. I've been fortified, the whole 9 yards. But like, I think with us is that we just really enjoy freedom. And I think freedom is the doctoral thesis, but it expresses in a lot of different ways. Like, like we're talking about the festival stuff. Like, don't nobody love a festival like I love a festival.
Don't nobody love a festival. Nobody.
And that's like partial of those is, you understand conceptually what it means, but like a lot of the situations and circumstances don't rock with you. Which is totally understandable. Everybody's freedom is looking for it, but you're gonna find some kind of freedom.
See, I'm free in another way. You festival free. You in the woods free. I'm in these streets free. No,
P.S. I heard people capping on my no sock wearing ass the other day. Let me live my life, man.
Let him live his life.
Y'all go on with that, bro. I got socks on this time for all y'all black folk out there. I'm tired of y'all.
I'm tired of y'all too, because you gonna let this man live.
Come on now. Anyway.
So there's your kind of free, right? Mm-hmm. And there's my kind of free. I'm free in I want to go dance. I want to meet people. If you know me, I am notorious. I will meet you. I will meet somebody in the bathroom. We'll be best friends for 10 years. I'm free and I just want to do what I want to do. And and I think for me, because I'm so big on trust, trust goes with that with me. So it's like, I want you to know that I'm free and I need my space, but I'm also not disrespecting you. I have a need to be free and go out and live and meet people and do things without you, because I want to miss you. Because if I don't miss you, I'm going to get sick of you. And if I get sick of you, you gone. Because I don't have time for that.
Don't nobody have time for that.
Yeah, I can't do it. So, and your type of free, I think we've talked about this before. You are a lover.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I really like, yes, I do. But like at the same time, and that gets confused too, because people see how I move with friends, family, loved ones, close constituents, and they see how I move otherwise. And then they're like, well, why aren't you in the mix? I'm like, because I can't do it no more. Like, how many times have we gone out, great weekend, long weekend, all this stuff, turn up time? How long do I stay out for?
A good 20 minutes.
A solid 20, bro.
Solid 20.
But like, I get my drinks, I do my thing, love up on the family members, and I'm out, bro. Just because I don't have the bandwidth, bro.
And who's the last one there, you ask? Me.
Courtney is always there. She's shutting the joints down. Where we going next to after hours? What taco truck is open? Well, there's only one taco truck in your heart.
And only one. You know? But we're going to meet there and we're going to have some more conversation and we're going to meet some more people. Yep. And that's a different type of free.
Yeah, you got to catch me. You got to catch me on like a really good day. But I'll be in the parking lot though all day. But I can't be.
I just never want the party. I never want the social. I'm such a believer, like a hippie in the way of like, I just feel like when it's over, it's over.
Oh, like
and I want to make every moment count. Like I could be home. And I love being at home. I'm a homebody too. But it's like when I'm out, I want to be with the people.
See, I think that's the thing, man. Like these are air sign things. These are Gemini traits. These are Libra traits. Like we both want to be out. We both want to be free. We all want stuff. But like you're getting burnt out too. You don't recognize it as you're getting burnt out.
Yeah.
So like it's one of those things. It's a selective like social battery. Like we're like extroverted introverts.
Facts.
So it's like
what's it called? Omnivert?
Is that a thing?
It's a thing. Where you're both. Cool. You're both. Yeah.
Oh, is that
I forgot if it's an omnivert or an ambivert, but it's basically when you are both.
Oh.
Yes.
Look at you with terminology.
You know, I be reading and stuff sometimes. I be reading. No, because I'm into it. But yeah, and your social battery and mine does run out. The difference between I think me and you, yours, because your patience, you said, runs out a lot quicker. I'm the type of person, I'll go ghost for like 48, maybe 62 something hours.
Facts.
And I'll just sleep and I'll be by myself, and then all of a sudden I'm bored and I want to go out and play again.
Like, yeah, I'm like, where have you been? I'm like, I'm good.
I'm cool. I just slept for 18 hours. Ready to come now.
Man. But you give the best when you get there, when you do like that.
And you know what is the sad part of that? And I don't know. I know there's other people who experience this too. I think because it's expected of me. If I go out, and I've done this 1,000 times, if I go out tired and I just sit somewhere, I get are you okay?
Yeah.
What's going on? And it's like, I'm tired. So I like to put my best party foot forward when I go out. If I'm going to go out, I'm going to go out.
I'm coming out.
Yeah, there's no half-assing. When I come out, we're going to have a party.
That's I'll pull it out every now and again, for the homies, like the one time. You're good for like.
When I see it, I get so happy.
I'm good for like 2 of them joints.
I love me some
like,
party dawn.
Party dawn is fun.
Party dawn.
I think that's like, I was talking to somebody, like I was at a party and this like new bartender was on the scene, like a super rookie bartender, and they had seen me around and they see me snarling at somebody one day and they see me talking to a young member trying to put them on game another day, and they just make an observation about me. I think you were one of those people too. That's funny. Also, too.
I had some observations.
They weren't what you think, folks.
They weren't.
And then they see me in Uncle Don mode where we're out there, we doing the most, we having fun on all stuff.
Step on the dance floor.
Oh, bro, 2-step is vicious, son. Yo, who said bad mind can't dance, bro?
Man.
So it's funny, and they're like, yo, I was like, this is the reason why everybody tolerates me. Because it's like, well, not tolerated, but y'all love me. They don't, but it's not they, but the background people that don't talk about it. But yeah, man, it's interesting dichotomy, but I think it's a nice chance to be more rounded, Yeah. So
it's different strokes for different folks.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Miss Courtney, I think it's time to wrap this thing up.
All right.
I appreciate your time.
Fun.
Isn't that pretty good?
Do it again.
It's not too bad. I'm pretty okay at this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. I think you're going to do better, though.
Nah.
With your secret show and your secret name for your show.
I dropped it a few times, but
did you?
I dropped the name a few times.
Oh, man, you dropped it in the hills?
I dropped the name a few times. Thank you.
Bro, you have to watch this episode like 7. So see what she did? She got my viewership up with the Easter eggs inside this. Look, come on, man. Look at.
I be reading and knowing stuff. I'm telling
Look
you.
at you, bro. I can't tell nothing.
But you do great, and I was. It was a pleasure. It was a pleasure.
You know, my secret is not really caring too much, but caring a lot at the same time.
I love that.
Stay woke.
It's working for you.
Does that work?
It's working for you, Chocolate.
I'm pretty stoned.
Chocolate King. See what I did there, King?
Oh, look at you, Queenie. Queen.
2 coin queen.
2 coin queen.
Say that 3 times fast.
I can't. It'll come out like queef will come out or something. I don't know. Anyway, folks, I'm starting to melt down anyway, man. Thank you so much for Courtney. Thank you very much for your time. And we're just going to keep it live on 2 coin, bro.
Thank you.